and relatives. We are grateful for all the things you've given us throughout the years. We pray, God, that you will guide us and walk with us as we continue on our paths in life and calm our fears in this sometimes frightening world that we are entering. Prepare us for the challenges we will face and help us keep growing and learning with each new day. Give us the skills and knowledge we will need to take care of ourselves and be successful. We just pray that you will be with each one of us and watch over us as new obstacles arise. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 Not to mention all the graduates.
Oh, I know. I can't believe all the seniors made it on time. Hey, good to see you here. Glad y'all could make it.
Wait, hold on. Kelly Powers, she's not here. Where's she at?
She's here. We're all here. It's okay.
Even Angela?
Yes, even Angela. Can we start now, please?
Man, everyone has a seat, air conditioning. I don't see anybody fanning themselves. You know what? It might sound crazy, but I'm going to say it anyway. Graduating from the Paramount almost beats our Bearcat gym. Almost.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you there.
Started on what?
What? What are you talking about?
You say, can we start now?
Start on what?
What? You don't know either? Oh, no, we're in trouble.
No, what?
What you called me up here for?
Oh, yeah. Miss Rimmer said we had to do some kind of class history, essay, speech. No, like a report or something.
Report? There's no time for reports. We got to graduate.
No, Zach. We don't have to turn these kind of reports in. It's a different kind of report. They're not going to take our reports.
Take our reports? They can never take our reports. Never. Well, I'll tell you what, they can take our reports, but they'll never take our freedom!
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Now, would you sit in? Listen. Are you listening? It's just, we got to talk about our classmates and, like, memories and all that stuff, you know, from the past years.
Oh, yeah. I remember starting this educational voyage just 13 years ago. You were there?
Yeah, you were there too. And so were Jessica Roberts and Erin Westbrook, Dusty Moss, Chris Davenport, Diane Murphy.
Yeah, and Patrick Murphy and Josh Whitehead and Todd Vincent, Angela Womack was there.
Oh, we can't forget Daniel Short. Or Jared Williams. There was Jenny Penny and Ashley Lee.
Oh, yeah, I remember Ashley Ross and Crystal Snow, too.
Yeah, and so were Kendra Cathy and Mark Hughes.
Man, kindergarten, those were the days. Nap time, snack time, and the first of 5 years of recess. Man, recess was it, y'all. It was. Good times, good times.
Yeah, and then in first grade we added Colton Bradford, Justin Mills, Zach Brown.
Yeah, remember Miss Rowe? She recalls us roaming around like undomesticated mammals in our natural habitat.
Yeah, and there was also Miss Templeton. Do you remember how we used to all sit on the floor and she read stories to us? Do you remember? Yeah, do you remember that one story? What was it? Oh, Cats for Sale. Yeah, that's a classic, man.
Second grade brought us Lauren Tarpley and Elaine Wheeler.
Oh, but third grade was awesome. Oh, God, man. It was Campbell's class. Remember there was that tarantula?
Yeah.
Oh, she had that snake.
I'll tell you the thing I remember about third grade moments was the multiplication songs, like the fives, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
That's when Melanie Diesta came too, remember?
Yeah. And fourth grade rolled around and we had Matthew Fleetwood, Brooke Lassiter.
Oh, and Bonnie Malone and Laney Ross came that year too.
Oh man, Laney Ross, me and Laney used to go out in fourth grade.
That's she's married now.
That was a close one. Oh my goodness.
Okay, moving on to fifth grade. Whitney Ford, Lindsay Ford, Ariel Ortega. Yeah, they all came that year.
Yeah, Miss Coonrod says that the boys were all nice to her and they all got along really well.
And then there were the girls. She remembers being, how'd she put it? Very active, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Sixth grade rolls around and our last year in elementary. Who can forget those Egyptian projects in Miss Lunger's class?
Man, I can't forget those projects, but I have no problem forgetting those current events.
Oh, yeah.
Man, those were hard times.
Mm-hmm. Hard times indeed. Who came that year?
You don't remember? It was April Hill and Leighton Brister.
Ah, yes. Sixth grade. Just as we were swimming from the shallow end that is elementary to the deep shark-infested waters of junior high.
Sharks? I don't remember any sharks.
It's a metaphor.
What?
Ah, forget it. Moving right along, 7th grade. Yeah, this was the year Andrew Curry, Kevin Dacey, Bianca Blanco, and Kelly Powers joined us as we broadened our social horizons. Although I think Kelly joined late in the year.
No, she was there all year.
It was a joke, that she's late to class.
Anyways, who are your mates for a year? Isn't that the year Hollis first that moved here?
Yeah, I went, what's up, Hollis? Corey in with 2. What's up, Corey?
Yeah, we also added Ashley Wilkerson and Justin Harms that year. That was the year Colton hitting Miss Johnson's podium. Man, she went crazy trying to find him.
Yeah, then she asked us where he was, and Colton had told us where he was going. And Miss Johnson asked us, she's like, where's Colton? I don't know where he is.
Oh, I know, that was great. That high school, man, that was quite a transition for us. But we weren't alone. We added Fidel Ariano, Evan Graham, Laura Kern, Corey Lawrence, and Cameron Roberts. Miss Perkins remembers, you know, that one time.
Yeah, like when we were freshmen, wasn't there a window breaking incident that year at the old gym or something?
Yeah, with Colton and Hollis and Andrew.
Yeah, if memory serves me right, I believe it made the Jones County Journal crime report, and not to mention top 10 crimes of the century. They ranked it the second on the list. Y'all know what first was? It was OJ.
Yeah, Hollis never tries to run for president.
Yeah.
Anywho, our sophomore year brought us Tiffany Bob, Randy Hamlin, and Jamie Kuda.
Yeah, that was our first year with Mr. G. He still can't get over how much we look just like actual humans.
I know, but things got better. Our junior year, Dimitri Roberts and Brandy still joined our class.
Yeah. Miss Ragland somehow got the impression that we were, how'd she say it?
Really good kids. Yeah, I think that's what she said. She also knew we were in need of a lot of help before we were seniors.
Speaking of our senior year, this year Lori Sanchez, Lily Timms, and Brandy Leathers joined the coolest senior class in the history of the world.
Right.
Of course, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
No way. I totally agree with you. Miss Sims also thinks we're the coolest class ever.
She does. I heard her say many, many times that we were, quote, her favorite class ever, no contest, nobody ever came close. Yeah, that's exactly how she worded it.
No lie. Well, I hope we didn't leave anyone out. Yeah, I think we got everybody.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Zach and Tasia have proudly brought to you the new improved class history of the seniors. And now, for the hundreds in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to graduate! Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you?
Not yet.
How about now?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Point of view as soon as there's music and stuff. The day's come and you finally do. Breaking my heart back to give a great honor. Thanks.
Give the opportunity to speak to you tonight and to get to see a lot of familiar faces and some new ones and just get a chance to share this special moment with you. When Ms. Waymire called and asked me, I didn't hesitate. I know that she's told some of y'all some different stories, but there never was a doubt that I wouldn't be here. No matter what it took, you guys were an awful special group to me. Had a lot of you in class, a lot of you in other activities, and have become a special part of my life, as has the community of Holly. And I just want to make sure that I thank each and every one of you for inviting me here, and hope that I can deliver a message tonight that is meaningful to at least a few of you. When I thought about what I was going to talk about, I struggled with it, and I went back to when I was in high school and tried to remember what my high school graduation speech was about, and had no clue. I went back to my college graduation speech and tried to remember what it was about, and had no clue. So I didn't have a lot of reference to look back on. About the only one I can remember is Coach Godfrey, 3 or 4 years ago, naming off all the people in the gym there in Holly. And that was about all I had to go on. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to touch on each and every one of you. And then I found out that he did the class history, and that's why he named each and every one of you. So, little different roles there. But what I decided to talk about, and I'm probably the only person in here that was a little upset that it was going to be in a nice air-conditioned place. I was kind of counting on being in the Holly gym where everybody was going to wave their programs and you couldn't hear what I had to say anyway. But what I decided to talk about was change. Most of you, after tonight, have laid some sort of foundation for the next few weeks, next months, whatever, that are going to undergo the biggest change of your lives. I know in my life that it was the biggest change that I had to do. Moving out from under the nest of my mother and father, moving out into the real world. And so I started thinking about all the change and what is change. And what I felt like change was it something that alters or affects your life? Some good, some bad, some kind of in between there. And I go back and I started reflecting upon all of the change that has taken place just within the physical school buildings of Holly since you have been in kindergarten, first grade, and then even in the last 2 or 3 years. I've been gone 3 years, and I don't think if I went back out there that I would be able to recognize it. Of course, I didn't have the opportunity today because I was in the witness protection program. But think about all the physical changes that have taken place. You know, I was kind of laughing. Do you call it the old gym now, or is it the new gym? The cafeteria, all the changes within the school buildings, the addition of the new field house, the addition of a softball field and a softball program, all came about while you were in school in the Holly school system. The second thing that I thought about of change that you've had is all the change from the administration to teachers to coaches and different things like that you've had to go through. There again, some of those things good, some of those things bad, maybe not necessarily bad, but tough to deal with. One of the I promised I wasn't going to do this. One of the biggest changes that affected everybody was anything to do with Holly. It was the loss of Coach Hollis. And I wasn't able to be there because I had a prior engagement. And I knew she would have understood. I was fortunate enough to be playing in a playoff basketball game, and that was about the only thing that got me through the day of not being able to be here. But change such as that will help having to deal with a loss of somebody like that. If anybody's had anything to do with Holly knows how much she's touched this community. And so having to deal with some of that change has helped you for the change that you're about to go through. some of the good things, some of the change that goes along with some of the stuff that I talked about was the addition of people like Terry Thompson and all that he's brought to the community of Holly, to the school of Holly, both in a physical sense and also in a sense of providing young people with an opportunity to go out and have useful skills and make a living. So those are some of the changes for the good. Some of the other changes that you had to go through, and I don't mean this as a knock at anybody, because this sort of stuff goes on in every school, but trying to figure out where you were supposed to be on what day, and the scheduling and all the scheduling that you had to go through from kindergarten to graduation, trying to figure out if it was a maroon day or a white day or a A day or a B day or a Friday or whatever day it was. You've had to learn to adapt in your daily life to where you're supposed to be and do those sorts of things. And last but not least is a change like tonight, even all the way down tonight, until tonight. This is, as far as I know, the first graduating class that's been in this facility. And so there's always change that's going on in your lives and always adaptations that you have to make to be able to adjust and to better yourselves as people and to better yourselves as contributing people to society. It's going to be difficult to mention change without mentioning some constants or some consistency. And most of you throughout your life have had some sort of family situation that has remained constant or consistent in your life. Most of you think that your education is ending tonight. When I was sitting there, I can't wait to get out of this house. I can't wait to go do this so Mom and Dad don't bother me about what time I have to be home. Your real education begins here to the rest of your life. You'll find out just how important mother and father, grandmother and grandfather, aunt and uncle, or whoever that is, in your life has been. I know the first 6 weeks I was away at school, it was hard. It was real hard. I thought I wanted to be away until I had to start taking care of all the different things that you have to take care of, and then I realized that living at home wasn't such a bad thing. If I had to be home at a certain time, I could overcome it. And so, although there's an awful lot of things that have prepared you, and an awful lot of changes that you've gone through in life, there's also some consistent things. Your family, your community, your school. A lot of these people have put forth a lot of effort to get you to where you are at this point in your life. Make sure and don't forget them. When you go home tonight, don't wait 6 weeks into college or 6 years down the road to tell your parents, to tell your loved ones how important they have been in your life and that you appreciate everything that they've done. And you may not realize it tonight, but I promise you at some point you will. Make sure you do that, please. And the last thing that I want to touch on and talk about is when we were in 8th grade, and I talked to you in the 8th grade, I read you a poem, and I want to make sure I read that to you again because I think it's still fitting even today. This particular poem hangs right by my front door of my house. I've got a little key rack that sits right next to it, and every day I pick up my keys. I don't necessarily read the poem, but I know what it says. The name of this poem is The Man in the Glass. And I don't know if you remember it or not. I think most of you have probably forgotten because you have forgotten how poor a job I did that day, or you wouldn't have wanted to invite me back tonight. We'll go back over this again just to make sure. And it says, when you get what you want in your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, just go to a mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow that counts most in life is the one staring back from the glass. Some people might think you're a straight shooting chum and call you a wonderful guy, but the man in the glass says you're only a bum if you can't look him straight in the eye. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you clear to the end, and you pass your most dangerous test if the guy in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on your back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartache and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. And to me, that's pretty important as far as taking the journey in the rest of your lives. In closing here, I just want to say, make sure you don't cheat yourself. Make sure that you go out and you can do something that you're happy with and make others happy. Be a good person, and good luck in life. Once again, this was a tremendous honor for me to get to speak to you, and I truly do appreciate it. This means an awful lot to me. One of the nicest nights of my entire life. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach McManus. It's time for our address from our salutatorian. If Miss Lauren Tarpley would come to the microphone, please.
First of all, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate my fellow classmates. The diploma that you are about to receive is the result of years of hard work, determination, and perseverance. I would like to thank my parents. Without their undying support, none of this would be possible. I also want to thank my family and friends for their love and support, my teachers for their knowledge and patience, and to God be the glory for great things He has done. I'm now going to share with you some of the things that I have learned over the past 13 years. When you are in kindergarten, you wonder why they allot time for naps. I mean, no one is tired. Why would they waste such precious naps, precious playtime? When you're in the first grade, your teacher is the neatest person that you know, and she doesn't humiliate you when she catches you eating paste. When you're in the second grade, you realize how embarrassing it is when your mom spits on a Kleenex and wipes your face with it. When you're in the third grade, you learn an age-old dating trick. The harder a boy hits you, the more he likes you. When you're in the fourth grade, you discover how it feels to be picked last on the basketball court or first at the chalkboard for a spelling bee, or vice versa. When you're in the fifth grade, you realize that 2 friends together is a good time. 3 friends together is an argument waiting to happen. When you're in the 6th grade, you think that your parents are the most humiliating people on the planet. They don't know how to act or dress. Why in the world does your dad tuck his t-shirt into his wind pants? When you're in the 7th grade, you think that failing to make the cheerleading squad is a total disaster. When you're in the 8th grade, you are glad when you hear the other cheerleaders griping about practice and the hot football game. When you're in the 9th grade, you discover that it takes a lot more work to make the basketball team than it did in the 8th grade. When you're in the 10th grade, you discover what happens when you're driving and you look down to change the radio and the woman in front of you suddenly turns left. You also realize that the policeman wasn't such a bad guy after all, and your parents didn't kill you, although they drove you everywhere for the next 2 months. When you're in the 11th grade, you wonder what would have happened if you had gone out with your friends less and studied more. When you're in the 12th grade, you grasp a concept that takes you almost 13 years to learn. You are your own person. It doesn't matter what people think of you. You have a lot to offer the world you're about to enter, and no one can change that. Fellow classmates, I want to leave you tonight with a few lines from my favorite poet, Dr. Seuss. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guide who will decide where to go. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kids, you'll move mountains. So, be your name Buxbaum or Bixby or Brave or Mordecai, Alley, Van Allen, O'Shea, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
Good evening. Well, here we are, the graduating class of 2001. We really made it. We thank all of you for your love and support, because without all of you, none of us would be here tonight. Graduation gives us an opportunity to look at what the future has in store for each of us, and to hopefully make decisions that will benefit us, those we love, and our world. What path will lives take once the caps and gowns are taken off is ours to choose. We must take responsibility for ourselves, our decisions, and our actions as we make our way in the real world. My hope for myself and for all of my classmates is that we will always strive to work to the best of our abilities and that we will use the tools that we have been given to push ourselves to our fullest potential. The only way to utilize the vast possibilities of our futures is dream big, work hard, try to do our best at whatever challenges we meet, and to take risks. Nothing in life is accomplished without risk. A risk of self, a risk of time, or a risk of money. If there were not people willing to take risks, history would not abound with tales of so-called experts who were convinced that the ideas, plans, and projects of others could not be achieved. However, success has come to those who believe they can make it happen. I would like to call your attention to a few people who changed the course of history by believing in themselves and their dreams. The Italian sculptor Agostino d'Antonio worked diligently on a large piece of marble. He was not able to produce his desired masterpiece, and he wailed, "I can do nothing with it." Other sculptors also worked this difficult piece of marble, but to no avail. Michelangelo discovered the stone and visualized the possibilities in it. His "I can make it happen" attitude resulted in one of the world's masterpieces in marble sculpture, David. The experts of Spain concluded that Columbus's plans to discover a shorter route to the West Indies was virtually impossible. Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand ignored the reports of the experts. Columbus insisted that he could make it happen, and he did. Everyone knew that the world was flat, but not Columbus. Columbus and his small band of followers sailed on the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria to impossible new lands. Even the great Thomas Alva Edison discouraged his friend, Henry Ford, from pursuing his fledgling idea and dream of a motor car. Convinced of the worthlessness of the idea, Edison invited Ford to come and work for him. Ford remained committed and tirelessly pursued his dream. Although his first attempt resulted in a vehicle without a reverse gear, Henry Ford knew that he could make it happen, and he did. Orville and Wilbur Wright's friends, and even their father, laughed at the idea of an airplane. What a silly and insane way to spend money. "Leave flying to the birds," they all jeered. "Sorry," said the Wright brothers. "We have a dream, and we can make it happen." As a result, a place called Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, became the setting for the launching of their ridiculous idea. It is my hope and wish that each one of us, graduating tonight, dares to dream and dares to make those dreams a reality, no matter what anyone might say or think. As we graduate, it's important to ask these questions of ourselves. Are we ready for the lengthy journey of life? Have we made ourselves ready for all that will surely await us? Physically and mentally, are we prepared to handle what may come? Do we regularly stay fit through daily study and exercise? Will our minds and bodies be ready to cope with challenges that arise? Emotionally and spiritually, are we ready? Do we practice such virtues as love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness, goodness, and self-control? Will we be emotionally and spiritually ready to embrace an unknown future? Our high school years are completed. This ending gives way to the beginning of many more opportunities to come, all of which will bring new challenges. Accomplishing our dreams is what gives meaning to life. Nothing happens unless first a dream, wrote poet Carl Sandburg. I believe that it's important for us to dream big and to set high goals. Tonight, as we each begin to build our dreams, I would like to leave you with the words of the late Mother Teresa. Life is an opportunity. Benefit from it. Life is a dream. Realize it. Life is a challenge. Meet it. Life is costly. Care for it. Life is a promise. Fulfill it. Life is a struggle. Accept it. Life is an adventure. Dare it. Life is life. Fight for it. Thank you.
Zach, Tasia, thank you. Rousing addition of memories. Mr. G, well done and thanks. JT, good to see you. Thank you for coming, being here for these graduates. going to say something about your haircut, but it's probably not appropriate. You still have a nice haircut. This time, it's my pleasure to read some more of the accomplishments of this class. Among the many accomplishments that they've made are the following awarding of scholarships. I'll read the name and scholarship, and in some cases the scholarships that have been earned by these graduates. First of all is Tiffany Ball, a Carr Academic Scholarship to Angelo State University, valued at $10,000. Kendra Cathy, Taylor Telephone Scholarship of $1,000. Corey Engwick, Carr Academic Scholarship, Angelo State University, $6,000. Matthew Fleetwood, Taylor Telephone Cooperative Scholarship, $1,000. Whitney Ford, Alumni Out-of-State Scholarship to New Mexico State University, $8,640 per semester. Brandy Leathers received a Texas Early Graduate Scholarship of $1,000. Diane Murphy, McMurray University Scholars Program Scholarship worth $20,000. There's more. McMurray University Endowed Scholarship of $2,000. At this time, I have an officer that would like to come forward and make a presentation to Diane for the Army Reserve Montgomery Bill valued at $30,000. This is Sergeant Mercer, and Diane, if you'll come forward, you'll make a presentation. Patrick Murphy, Taylor Telephone Scholarship, $1,000. Warren Pugh, also a Taylor Telephone Scholarship, $1,000. Cameron Roberts, the valedictorian certificate for full tuition for 1 year, as well as the Taylor Telephone Scholarship for $1,000 and the Robert C. Byrd Honor Scholarship for $6,000. Lauren Tarpley, Fort Worth Scottish Rite Foundation Scholarship for $1,000, the Taylor Telephone Scholarship for $1,000, and a Racers for Christ Scholarship for $2,500. Zachary Thorpe, East Texas Baptist Shirley and Henley Scholarship, $387, and I'm assuming that's a semester, and Sybil Young Endowed Scholarship of $663. Tasia Whitehead, Carr Academic Scholarship, Angelo State University, $8,000, the Taylor Electric Scholarship, $1,000, the Taylor Telephone Scholarship of $1,000. West Texas Fair and Rodeo, Modern Living Mall, and others avail of scholarship, that the amount is not given at this time. Let's give all of them. Now we'll have the Brittany Hargrove Memorial Scholarship, and be presented by Vicki Hargrove.
12 years ago, our daughter, Brittany Michelle, graduated from Holly High School. She was taken from us unexpectedly by an aneurysm 3 years later, just after she finished her junior year at Texas Tech. She'd only gone to school here her last semester of her senior year, but some very special people in the class of '89 welcomed and befriended her. In honor of their 10-year reunion, some of those same people chose to honor her memory by beginning an annual scholarship in her name. We are honored, or I am, my husband is not able to be here tonight. I'm honored to be here tonight to present the third honoree with the award that is so special to us. And we appreciate the help of Holly High School faculty that they gave us in finding this year's candidate. Due to her dad's job, she attended 8 different schools in 4 different countries and 3 different states during her 12 years of school. She never complained about it, even when she had to move in the middle of her senior year. She was actively involved in her church youth group, wherever we happened to be living. She had high morals and very few prejudices, if any, and tried to set an example for those around her. She was often the student that was called upon by teachers when a new student arrived and needed special attention. She was studying at Tech to teach deaf children. Each year we look for a student that has the same high value system that she did. We believe that this year's recipient displays many of those same characteristics, and we appreciate the help of the faculty again in helping us to decide on Tasia Whitehead.
I was asked to read this, then Mr. George Sellers will come forward to present the Virginia Hollis Memorial Scholarship. As a player, teacher, and coach, Virginia Hollis was an example of excellence. Her career at Holly High School, Coach Hollis touched the lives of all those that she worked with. Coach Hollis loved basketball and the students she coached. She demanded the best from her players. The Bearcat staff is proud to dedicate the 2000-2001 yearbook in memory of Virginia Hollis. This time, George, if you would come forward and make the presentation.
I wish to thank the class for this year, giving me the honor to dedicate your yearbook to my sister, Mr. McManus. I appreciate the honor. She dearly loved the class. She liked Holly High School very much. I miss her dearly. Hate to see her gone, but she went with a fighting spirit all the way. We hope she'll have the same way as you here tonight. So, again, I appreciate it. The Virginia Hollis Scholarship goes to Tiffany Bowles.
they say. Sponsor came and they let it slip away. Love, like the sun, should be dying, but it's only just begun. Like the twilight in the road ahead, they don't see just where we're going. No secrets in the jingle verse. In our years, all the years, come and go, take our time, always love. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. Dreams, so they say, for the fools and they let them drift away. Peace, like the silent dove, should be flying, but it's only just begun. Like Columbus in the golden days, we must gather all our courage, sail our ships out on the open sea. That's the way our fear and all the years come and go, take our time, always on. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. So I wanna laugh while laughing is easy. I wanna cry if it made it worthwhile. I may never pass this way again. That's why I wanted with you. We There are places I will go all my life. Though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone, and some remain. All these places have their moments. With lovers and friends, I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I love them all. What's that? Nothing's gonna harm you, no sir, not while I'm Demons are prowling everywhere nowadays. I'll send them howling, I don't care, I've got a way. No one's gonna hurt you, no one's gonna dare. Others can desert you, not to worry, whistle and be fair. Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time nothing can harm you, not while I'm
The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup,
say a little bit for you.
what could be my hair now? I'm wondering what dress to wear now. Say a little prayer for you. Forever and ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We never were apart, oh how I love you together. Forever, that's how it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me. I say a little prayer for you.
Tiffany Brooke Ball. Colton Ross Bradford. Leighton Bradley Brister. Zachary Cole Brown. Kendra Denise Cappy. Andrew Seth Curry. Kevin Dacey. Christopher Sean Davenport. Corey James Ingwick. Matthew John Fleetwood. Lindsay Dale Thornton. Whitney B. Thornton. William Graham. Brandy Michelle Hamlin. Justin Dean Harms. April Dawn Hill. Laura Jane Kearns. Angela Brooke Lassiter. Randy Gale Leathers. Ashley Ann Lee. Bonnie Lynn Malone. Justin Craig Mills. Corey Edward Morris. Brian Dustin Moss. Diane Juanice Murphy. Patrick Orrin Murphy. Melanie Marie Nieto. Ariel Ortega. Jimmy Dale Penny. Bianca Patricia Polanco. Kelly Brooke Powers. Jamie Lee Puda. Laura Mary Pugh. Cameron Elizabeth Roberts. Demetrius Nathaniel Roberts. Jessica R. Roberts. Ashley Dawn Ross. Rainey Lynn Ross Pemberton. Laurie Lee Sanchez. Daniel Owen Short. Crystal Lee Snow. Brandy Lynn Steele. Lauren Page Tarpley. Zachary James Tharp. Lily Faye Timms. Hollis Alexander Bursup II. Todd Jacob Benson. Aaron Matthew Westbrook. Elizabeth Elaine Wheeler. Joshua D. Whitehead. Tasia Janelle Whitehead. Ashley Renee Wilkerson. Jared Neil Williams. Angela K. Wommel. I'll invite all of you to please stand for the benediction led by Miss Tiffany Ball.
Will you pray with me, please? Dear God, thank you for the safe arrival of family and friends, and for helping those of us graduating to reach this point in our lives. My prayer to you tonight is for the graduating class of 2001. Please give us wisdom so that we will make the right decisions in the future. Guide us so that the path we take will bring only happiness and success. And finally, God, protect us from the downfalls of life. Pick us up when we fall, comfort us when we're sad, and rejoice with us when we're happy. Thank you for the blessings you've given us, and please continue to walk with us as we move forward to the next phase of our lives. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.